Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to present our latest work from our lab. Bring the algorithms to the data, secure distributed medical analytics using the personal health train. Generally, the problem is that the researcher wants to train a fair model on biomedical data. This data is distributed across various hospitals, is containing privacy-sensitive data, and is different kind of data types. So it could be omics data, imaging data, or clinics data. But this data is not allowed to be shared across various sites. The solution is bring the algorithm to the data instead of sending the data to the central analysis site, how it is often done. Initialize an empty model and send this empty model to each site locally and iteratively update the model in order to obtain the final results. Our architecture is based on several components. There are central and local services. A user who wants to submit a train can do this with our user interface. Several tasks are ongoing in order to build this train and put it into the station repositories. Each site or hospital has an own station repository from which it can pull and execute the trains. The results are always encrypted, but the station now can download the train, decrypt it, execute the train, and update the model and return it to its own station repository. From there, the train router will move it to the next station in order to finalize the model over all 3 sites. From there, the user can download the encrypted models and decrypt them with this local offline tool. Our architecture is deployment ready and open source accessible at GitLab. We use several service components depending on central or local services. It is based on different open source or self-implemented components. The trains are based on Docker technology, which allow an independent execution at each site, basically including the operating system, the train library, which is including the train logic and defining how the FHIR data is being accessed, and all software dependencies of the algorithm. The algorithm and the query are static during the whole execution and do not change. The results which are created during the execution, they are obviously dynamically, and they always change. Those are encrypted at rest. This means only the participating hospitals and the user can decrypt the results. We provide failure crypto system for adding and multiplying sensitive data such different sites cannot infer information about other sites. Methods such as k-anonymity, differential privacy are as extensions of the train library possible. Overall, we have several security components in order to verify that the user code is actually the code which is executed. No one is actually stealing the data, or we can prevent people from hijacking hospitals' architecture. The first step is that each station authority has to manually review the code before executing. If the code review was successful, it will be pulled as an arrival train image. This arrival train image has only encrypted files. These encrypted files are extracted by the station and the security pre-run protocol will be executed. This pre-run protocol is verifying that the files are not being manipulated. If so, it aborts the analysis. If not, it decrypts the files. The decrypted files are being stacked on the base image for the executed train image. The updated models will be encrypted again and sent away for the departure. Overall, the execution time increases linear with the model size. In the first showcase, we train a deep neural network and classify 8 different types of SCID-CATS image and used 2019 data with the champions code to prove that our architecture works. We train a 5-fold cross-validation with the identical split as the champions code. And as you can see, the performance of the central and a central analysis containing all data at one station, and the decentral analysis is quite similar. Here, the data is split over 3 different sites, and actually you can see the problem of crucial forgetting. In the second showcase, the end-of-core HLA typing, we want to predict the HLA type of several subjects. Here, the task is to execute an end-of-core HLA typing pipeline on 216 samples and securely count the total number of HLA type occurrences of a certain HLA type and plot the most absolute frequent 15 HLA types over all stations. On both showcases, the execution time is quite high, but this is actually what the personal health train is for actually doing heavy work. As you can see with the encrypted results, no one can infer much information. The decrypted results contain the homomorphic encrypted number. This homomorphic encrypted number will be decrypted with the offline tool. Our next steps and outlook will be to deploy our current architecture at university hospitals in Germany and extend our architecture for federated learning, which means a parallel execution and a global aggregation of models in order to overcome crucial forgetting. Also, we want to enable on such architecture secure multi-party computation frameworks and privacy-preserving methods in order to have more functionalities to use the personal health train. On personalhealthtrain.de, you will find additional information about our architecture and latest changes and developments. Thank you very much for your attention.